one.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jake Johnson. I am the department chair for IMBS, and I'm here today with Ryan Mickley, who is a teacher in our degree as well. We come to you with some bad news, some good news, and some updates for you. I'm sure a lot of you are aware that you're hosting through HostTime. We had some issues with them, with our relationship with them, and unfortunately, we aren't able to move forward with them hosting the sites. We greatly apologize for this. We realize it's a inconvenience, and what we've done, hopefully that will make it a little bit better, is Ryan and I have already went ahead and set up new websites for you. That's the good news. The other good news is that your hosting with HostTime was going to run out at some point regardless. Our new relationship with DreamHost is set to run indefinitely. So we'll put it at indefinitely, but at least for multiple years after you graduate, you will have your websites there to use as a portfolio. You can put your resume on there and things to use as you move forward. So that is the good news. The bad news is essentially we'll probably have to restart from scratch. Now, there is still access, from what I've been told by HostTime, to the backend. The sites are no longer live, but you still have access to your backend cPanel login, and you can try and grab a backup copy of that. I know that we sent out an announcement a few days ago in your courses to that effect. So if you are tech savvy enough and feel comfortable with that, the problem is that every one of your websites is, even though it's a subdomain, it has its own WordPress install, which has its own database, which requires a lot of programming and PHP MyAdmin expertise to be able to transfer over. And for the amount of students that we're dealing with, it just is not feasible. So if you do feel like you have that expertise and want to try and transfer your database to the new site, you can certainly do that. We just will not be able to troubleshoot and be support for you in that aspect. So again, the good news is that we have new hosting that will be our long-term hosting, and you will be able to carry on your portfolio website with your information pretty much indefinitely into the future without worrying that it's going away or transferring it. The other good news is we have already set up your websites for you, so all you have to do is go in and choose your theme and populate it. The bad news, again, is that with HostTime, those sites are going down and will not be accessible on the back end even at some point in the near future. So I greatly apologize for the inconvenience. I know it's probably not what you wanted to hear, but hopefully the new hosting aspect of it will be a positive for all of us. And then we're all on the same page as well with all of our classmates at later portions in the program. We'll all be on the same hosting with the same setup of the websites. So what I'm going to do now is turn it over to Ryan. He's going to show you quickly what you're going to see when you log into your new website for the first time and a few things with that. So thank you again, and at the end we'll post my email address and everything if you have any individual things that you want to talk about with regards to the website. Thank you.
Thank you, Jake. As Jake mentioned, we've actually already established your WordPress site URL. Each one of you has your unique URL that you will be able to access your digital portfolio from this day forth. So that URL is already set up in our directory. The primary website is actually fsbizsite.com will be the primary domain, and then your extension thereafter. So what does that look like? In my case, my Full Sail email identity is rmickley at fullsail.com. So my email identity is rmickley. Whatever occurs directly before the @ symbol and your Full Sail email address is your Full Sail identity, and that is where you will be able to find your actual URL for your digital portfolio. So in practice, that looks like the example that I have down at the bottom. Let's say our student was John Doe at fullsail.edu. John Doe's URL would look like fsbizsite.com/John Doe. So let me go ahead and show you in just 2 minutes exactly how easy it will be for you to set up your WordPress site from scratch. Bring up my own here. Okay, as you can see, this is the page that you should see as soon as you go to your URL as indicated in the instructions. So again, I will just back up so that you get the full effect. You see here fsbizsite.com. That's fsbizsite.com/RMICKLEY, as in my Full Sail email identity. So when I go there for the first time, the site will look like you have here on the page. You want to select English and continue. This page is just the basic information to install WordPress content management system onto your site. So you want to give your site a title. I recommend just giving it a very easy title, including your name and maybe portfolio. This way you can always go back later and change this, no problem. But for the setup, just go ahead and give it your name, portfolio. So Ryan Mickley portfolio. My username and your username should be something that you're obviously going to remember. I highly recommend for any assistance that we may be able to provide you, I highly recommend go ahead and use your Full Sail email identity. That will keep things consistent with both your URL as well as your username. So if you ever forget it or need help accessing it, we can help you when you keep things consistent with your Full Sail identity. So again, my username would be rmickley, and my password, I'm going to keep that nice and easy so I remember what it is and I can change it later on. Please change me soon. But again, you can make your password whatever you'd like. I recommend keeping it consistent with some of your other passwords, but I'll let you make that decision. So for now, I'll double check spelling and punctuation. Please change me soon, ! And again, I'll use my Full Sail email address. I again recommend using your Full Sail email address for consistency. And then all you have to do is click install WordPress, and within seconds we have our site. You should see this success page, and then you'll click login on the success page, and then this is probably going to look very familiar to all of you. Now's where you're actually seeing that that WordPress administration panel that you typically log into your site. So we'll use the username that we just set up and the password. Log in, and voila, we are all up and running. At this point, your site is going to look like this. It's just going to have generic information, the generic template. Jake was informing you, we are going to have to start over with our sites, but hopefully you at least have a lot of the primary content that you were using throughout your courses. Maybe you have that saved somewhere. Maybe you have it in a Word doc when it was blog posts or what have you, but hopefully you have at least a lot of that content and you can very quickly upload that to your new WordPress site. I'll go back to the dashboard for just a minute. Of course, under appearances and themes, you'll want to upload whatever theme best suits your personal brand and whatever your professional needs are. You can go ahead and do that. And it works just the same as your previous site did with HostTime as far as a WordPress content management system. All that is going to be the same. and that's it. Once you have that, you are off to the races. You could do what you will with that. Again, as Jake mentioned, I'll just back up here. Jake Johnson's email address is on the screen for you to contact him with any questions that you may have. And if I did I miss anything, Jake?
No, I think just wanted to reiterate that we think in the long run this is going to be a good thing. And also, when we post this, we will post it with uh, a quick uh, to-do file with the video tutorial and the login and the website so that they can just click it straight from there. So they'll have it all ready to go.
Okay, perfect. Oh, and I did actually remember one thing. When you are trying to access the administration side of your website, so you know that it's fsbizsite.com / your full sale identity. So again, mine fsbizsite.com / rmickley. Now, if I want to access the WordPress administration panel to get into the back end of my site, I simply / WP admin. So just like you see it up here, you have fsbizsite.com / rmickley / WP admin. And at that point, it'll send me to this page where I can log in.
Thank you very much, Ryan. And just to the students, we want to once again extend our gratitude to you for understanding the process. We didn't have much control over the relationship with HostTime, and we now have a relationship with DreamHost where we'll be able to keep these running indefinitely. So again, in the long run, I think it will be a very good thing. Any questions, please email me directly, and I'll do whatever I can to help out, okay?
All right. Thanks so much.